Alright, so here we go. So welcome to another episode of Politicamente Incorrecto. Once again here on YouTube, I'm your host Nelson Almeida, as always with you here. Let me just I'm just taking care of finishing touches, and we are ready to go. So let me just do some changes that it's necessary to make. This is always quite difficult when you're doing a program on your own, so it takes a little bit time, but everything is possible to be done. So, and that's it. We are doing it the best way possible. So let's see. Okay, so let me just make it write it here. There you go. So guys, once again, thank you very much to be here with me tonight. Okay, so I'm having some issues with my camera. No, I'm going good. So as I was saying, thank you to be here with me tonight. I'm live for Facebook and also for YouTube, as always. And okay, so the sound it's great. Let me just make it everything going on Instagram, because it's the only place that I'm not online right now. Let me just start the broadcast, because it's the only place that the broadcast didn't start. And alright, I'm also live. So hello everyone on Instagram. So it seems quite dark here today. Let me just try to bring here a little bit more of light, because it's quite dark. I just realized. Okay, so no, okay, now it's better. So it was quite dark here, so I just realized that with this light change and all that, I just realized that I was not having enough light for tonight's program. Now everything looks a little bit better. So my friends, today, as you can see in the top, Ayelanda. So as you can see in the top today, I will be talking about hand sanitizer. So this is not the first time that I talk about this situation. Is not this problematic is not the first time I bring here. If you used to watch us on Mondays with Politicamente Incorrecto, you will see that I already brought this problematic in other programs, so I'm bringing it here once again, and because I think that's very important to bring to you this idea, and to help you see things in a different way. Bem-vindo, olá, on Instagram, boas noites. And I truly believe that it's very important to bring to you this situation about this hand sanitizer, or we call it in Portugal we call gel desinfectant or gel em álcool, and it doesn't matter. Everyone in every country has a different name for this. So and but what really matters here is how we are going to approach this. First of all, and not less important, I want to thank you, as always, to my sponsor. So this program is sponsored by Wojtek Juskiewicz social media. So as you can see, you can see him on Facebook and also on YouTube, and you can follow him also on Instagram. You can see the links below. As you can see, the links of everything below in the description. The links not only for his social media, also to our social media in Facebook and YouTube. The Just a Matter of Opinion social media, and of course you can also follow me on Instagram. Just saying here that people that is seeing me on Instagram, it's very important for you to know that right now you are not able to see the links of what we are going to talk about here, but in the end of the program, I'll be sharing in the description all the links about everything that I'm talking about here, and because I consider it is very important for you to have those links and also see and read the posts that I'm bringing for you today. So, without further ado, so hand sanitizer. Why do I bring this problematic again? Very simple. I bring this problematic again mostly because I already had some problems in the past with hand sanitizer, and I truly think that it's important for people not to be lied about constantly about this idea of hand sanitizer, because people so many times is been taken to believe that hand sanitizer is like a life-saving product that everyone has to use if you want to live. It's like this thing that is going to change the complexity of the world, and it's just a pure lie. So that's why I bring once again this idea to the table and to the program, so you can have a different idea about what is my experience as well, and what you can face and might not deal with if you have this kind of information. I'm going to explain first what I've been through about this idea of the hand sanitizer, because when I speak about the hand sanitizer, there is components on hand sanitizer that can harm your health in a very deep way. And if you see in the description, there is the first two links. The first two links is for two articles that talk about, or they write about, the pros and cons of the hand sanitizer. And you have a lot of things there which they say what we should do, what we should not do, and mostly what we should not do, because it's a problem that we have currently and constantly, and people don't understand what we are dealing with right now. And so that's why I bring this idea here. And if you want to read those articles, because they explain you very deeply what is this hand sanitizer about, and the problems that brings to your health if you misuse it, if you use it too much. And one of the biggest problems that it brings is skin. Can bring you skin problems, allergies, even your liver can be affected if you use it too much. And for my experience, I had an experience of a person that was drinking too much. People that drinks too much usually have liver problems. As my day-to-day work requires always being cleaning my hands a lot of times, I reached the point that I was having big and long hangovers due to the hand sanitizer. And I realized that those hangovers was not because it was a time that I don't drink that much. I drink time to times, of course, socially with some friends. I can have a drink or two, but I'm not. I was having the problem that a person with an alcoholic used to have. And so I was having like these big hangovers long for many days. And I started to realize that I was using the hand sanitizer too much. So what I decided to do was to not use it for a few days and see the reaction. And what I realized was after I decided not to use the hand sanitizer for a few days, my hangover start to fade away. So my liver start to clean all the chemicals of the hand sanitizer and also the alcohol that it has because of the misuse of the hand sanitizer. And so for that I bring you a few topics that I want to discuss with you here, and it's the main components of the hand sanitizer. So for those of you that don't know, I didn't knew about this as well. So the hand sanitizer is composed not only for ethyl alcohol, but is also composed by Benzalkonium Chloride and also Isopropyl Alcohol. And mostly the Benzalkonium Chloride is a chemical that is that can harm heavily our health and can be very dangerous. And if you see the links below, once again, I always say and I keep saying, read the links that I left here on the description, because those articles are very important to complement what I'm talking about here. So let's start. So for the isopropyl alcohol, because I don't have much to say about ethyl alcohol, because ethyl alcohol is what we use normally at home, sometimes to clean wounds, and for many other purposes we can buy on the drugstore and on the pharmacy, or even in supermarkets you can buy the ethyl alcohol. And it's been told to us that we should use ethyl alcohol at least with a 70% of alcohol, so you can have a better effect. And that's why okay, so that's something that we do. I don't have much to talk with you here because we already know how to work with the ethyl alcohol. But there is another thing that it's important to think about it, because it's dangerous to think, dangerous to not only to think but to realize that we are using products with chemicals that are so harming to the point that we could be endangering our life to a certain point that can be very bad. And so I'm starting with this chemical. This is also an alcohol, so it's called isopropyl alcohol. And isopropyl alcohol and you have the link below, is one of the products that are used on the hand sanitizer, the hand sanitizer that we use normally. And if you read, you can read it all on the description below in the link. But there is a part that I read that is very concerning, and that's what I want to share with you here. It's not the worst of it. There is worse. But on this one, that's something that we have to think about, because isopropyl alcohol, as I say in one link, it is used in the manufacture of a wide variety of industrial and household chemicals, and is a common ingredient in chemicals such as antiseptics, disinfectants, and detergents. So what we can see from here is that we are using a product that has a component that is used not only for these kind of things, for like hand sanitizers and all of these hygienic things, but is also used in things like detergents, and so we use in a certain daily basis to wash our dishes and maybe our clothes and things like that. And that's what I consider concerning, because we are using something that is used on the kitchen, things like the kitchen, to wash your dishes, to wash your clothes and something like that. And we are using it for our health. They consider that we are using it for our health. And what I think a lot when I see things like this is that we are taking chemicals, and we know, and for those who don't know, the skin is one of the organs of the body that receives, that takes most of the dangerous things. When I say most of the dangerous things, I say like it takes everything, you know. So if you put the hand sanitizer, the skin will take everything, most of it inside, in a way that it can harm the rest of your organs and your organism. And as you can see in one of the links below, these kind of sanitizers, they don't kill most of the bacteria that they should kill. And that's the biggest problem that I see here. We are using products with components that they don't do the job effectively. sorry guys. So it doesn't do the job as it should do, and that's concerning, because we are allowing ourselves to take products, and we are being forced to use products that harm us in a very dangerous way. So and most of it, it's more concerning to know that this product has things, chemicals like this, that doesn't do the right job. But this is not all, because continuing, I speak about isopropyl is not the worst of the worst. is bad, is not the worst of the worst, and most of the use they do it. I also have to speak about this chemical, Benzalkonium Chloride. And so Benzalkonium Chloride, now I was having some difficulty. I don't know if you can see this. You might not be able to see this because what I have here is, you might not see this because if I put my hand, you might see it. So this is how Benzalkonium Chloride is like. So the molecule, let's say this way, and derived from Benzalkonium Chloride. And I was even more concerned when so yes, you can see here, this is Benzalkonium Chloride. And what I thought it was more concerning was when I started to read about this. And you can see in the link below, when you're going to see about the effects of Benzalkonium Chloride, it's so deeply concerning the harming effects that Benzalkonium Chloride can have to your health and to your body. It's just overwhelming how bad it can be for your health. And when you start to read, I just took a few phrases from Wikipedia, because I gave you the Wikipedia link about Benzalkonium Chloride, and you can read about it. But when I start to read about it, so let me see. I don't know if you okay. So let me check it first. Okay, that's right. So I was right. Okay. So when we start to see, so I'm just going to give you these passages for you to read. So Benzalkonium Chloride is a human skin and severe eye irritant. It is a suspected respiratory toxicant, immunotoxicant, gastrointestinal toxicant, and neurotoxicant. So just starting with this, you start to see what are we using as our hand sanitizer. You start to see the cons that these regular hand sanitizers have, because that are just too many to be true, because that's the reality. But this is not all. So when you keep reading the passages, I'm going to give you another passage. When you keep reading it, it is more concerning, because when so Benzalkonium Chloride formulations for consumer use are dilute solutions. Concentrated solutions are toxic to humans, causing corrosion, irritation to the skin and mucosa, and death if taken internally in sufficient volume. 0.1% is the maximum concentration of Benzalkonium Chloride that does not produce primary irritation or intact skin or act as a sensitizer. So you see this and you start to see, okay, very good, 0.1 is the maximum concentration. But the question I leave you here is this: till which point do we know that 0.1 is the maximum concentration of Benzalkonium Chloride that the enterprise, that pharmaceuticals, not only pharmaceuticals, but the pharmaceuticals use for the products? How do we know that they just use it 0.1? And I leave this question for one very simple reason, because till today I already met a lot of people having severe, and I repeat, severe problems with the hand sanitizers. And this is a very concerning situation, because we reach to the point that people is jeopardizing their health for something that pharmaceuticals and so many other enterprises that make hand sanitizer, they sell something related on a lie, and we reach the point that this lie is getting so far away that we are just doing this for the profits or someone else's, and we are jeopardizing people's lives by using something that it will make our immune system more slower and more little, and we are reaching the point that you might not get killed by the hand sanitizer, but you will get killed if your immune system is very, very low. That's the problem. You will get killed for that, and that's what these kind of products make. And another thing that I forgot to say, but I'm going to give you once again the three components that the hand sanitizer has. So about the isopropyl alcohol, I forgot to say something. The isopropyl is the same product that is used to make products like, now I forgot, I just forgot. Let me see if I find here the translation, because I forgot the translation for what I was going to say. But I find here in a very fast minute. Okay, so let's see if the system. Okay. So I was just finding a translation, because I forgot just the translation. Bleach. I don't know, but for some reason I forgot the translation of bleach to English. So as I was saying, the isopropyl is one of the main products that is used to make bleach. So you can see by this moment how dangerous it is to be using these kind of products that the pharmaceuticals are selling to us. Because they say, I know you have to use the hand sanitizer, and you can use hand sanitizers. I'm going to give you here some examples of hand sanitizers that you can use if you cannot wash your hands. And even I use a mixture, a product that I make in home, but you don't need to make it. You can use it in your own way. That kills more germs much faster, and it's less warming to your health and to your immune system. So that's something that I'm going to start to showing you right now, because I think it's very important for you to see, to understand. And well, as I was saying, when we start to talk about which are the possibilities that you can have for this for keep your hands clean and free, this is something that never fails. And Yolanda wrote here in the comments, and she's right on YouTube. Wash your hands with water and soap. That never fails. If you wash your hands with water and soap, that never fails. Is the best hand sanitizer you can use is to wash your hands. That's one thing that is guaranteed. But of course, we cannot always wash our hands. Sometimes we don't have that possibility of wash our hands. So you have what we can use. So I use a product that it's homemade because it's a derivation of products that we used to use here at home, and it always works. And it's proof that it's good for your health first, and most of all, you can use it, and it won't harm your health. It won't harm your immune system. What the most that it can makes, and it makes most of that, is to help your immune system to become stronger and not weaker, because that's the idea here, is for your immune system to keep being stronger instead of weaker. So I'm going to show what I use at home. This is the recipe that I use as hand sanitizer at home. So of course, as always, it has to have a alcohol solution. We use ethyl alcohol as the alcohol solution because we always need one. It's necessary because 70% ethyl alcohol. And why do I say this in this way? Because the alcohol in a certain percentage, it will help you to kill most of the bacteria and the germs, and most importantly, your skin won't absorb most of it because it doesn't have that gel solution. Because the problem here is the gel solution. The gel solution is something that, as we use the hand sanitizer normally, the gel solution makes as every component, every chemical that it has, it will be absorbed into the body by the skin. And this product that I'm telling you here, it will be absorbed. It will kill every germ that you might have in the skin, in your hands, and it might be absorbed by the minimum, never by a lot like the hand sanitizer makes to be absorbed because of the gel. So as I was saying, this recipe starts with ethyl alcohol. It must have it. It's necessary. It's necessary to have the ethyl alcohol to start, and then we put tea tree oil. What is the tea tree? So let me show you here. This is the tea tree. The tea tree is a plant, is a tree that is native from Australia. So it's called the Melaleuca alternifolia. I don't know if I'm saying right. I'm trying to, but I don't know if I'm saying right. So it's what it is. And the tea tree, and once again you have all the links below. You can see the link about the tea tree. The tea tree has fantastic components that is an antibacterial. Its oil, when they extract this its oil, it has a strong capacity, let's say this way, to fight all bacteria. It's an antibacterial. It's fantastic. You can use it, of course. You can use it on the outside. Don't ingest the tea tree oil because it can be dangerous if ingested. If you swallow tea tree oil, it can be dangerous. But to use it on the outside for wounds, if you use it to clean, first to try to clean your hands, it's fantastic. And let me show here how you might see the product. So this is the leaves of the tea tree. When I speak about the tea tree, you have here, these are the leaves of the tea tree. So you can see here in the left, believe me, it's a strong product. It's a natural product, and this is very important. Because this is not just here, so I'm speaking about hand sanitizer and that's okay and everything is fantastic. No, it's not just speaking about hand sanitizers and why this is bad, why the other option is good, why this, why that. No, it's not that the idea only. It's mostly to make you understand that there is products, natural products on the market that can help you to kill the germs of your hands, that can help you. You can use it as hand sanitizer, for instance, but also if you have wounds or any kind of problem in the skin, this can help you to solve a lot of situations. And it's natural and have very little to no cons. Most of you have very little to no cons. This is very important to be talking about. It's not just to say, oh, it's good and pure. No, of course. That's why you have the links below about the tea tree oil and also about the Citronella oil that I'm going to talk about here next. That it can make the difference, big difference for you. So read those articles very closely because they are very important and can make the difference and can help you decide what is the best for you to do in the right moment. So this is, as I was saying, the leaves, the tea tree leaves. And you can see, for instance, packages like this of the tea tree oil. So as you can see, these tree can, when their oil is extracted, you might see, as you can see in the right, as you can see in the right, you can see flags or boxes like this. Probably in your herbal shop in your region you might find the tea tree oil, or you might be able to order online. Believe me, it's an antibacterial oil that's very powerful. It works very good and has almost no cons. That's the truth here. Even you use the tea tree oil should be used in very little drops. Each time you use it, you should use just a little bit, very little drops, because it's more than enough, because it's very, very strong antibacterial product. So you should use it just a little bit. Don't use it like much, like, oh, okay, so this is going to work on very nice and this is going to kill everything and that's it. No, don't do it. Read the instructions very well, because if you use just a few drops, like 2-3 drops, 4 maximum, depends for what you're using. Even 4 is already too much. 2-3 drops is more than enough for what you need. And even if you're making a homemade hand sanitizer, with this that I'm showing to you. Just a few drops is more than enough because it is very, very powerful. It makes the difference. So tea tree oil, but of course I make a combination of three, and because it's not just about smell, because I enjoy very much smell, but it's about their effects on many things, and that's what I'm going to speak is the last composition, let's say, the last thing that I didn't spoke right now is about the citronella oil. And once again, guys, description below, somewhere there, you have the link. Guys, on Instagram, don't you worry, and girls, you have, after the program, and I'll give you all the links below for you to see and for you to read, because this is a must-read links that you have. There is articles that are very important. You should read everything because it can change your life. Believe me, it can change, and it will change. If you embrace this, it will change. So I don't have the project. I could bring here. So how is the citronella bush? The citronella, so it is the bush. So it comes the lemon. It comes from the lemongrass bush, and I also use it. The citronella, also a few drops, not only for smell, because I really enjoy that lemon smell that gives, but also has an antibacterial components that are fantastic. And of course it has another great thing that it is a great repellent. For instance, if you use citronella as a repellent for mosquitoes, my friends, is the best repellent you can use it. You can buy tens of flasks of repellent and try everything for you to have for you not to have mosquitoes around you, but nothing is better than citronella, believe me. And citronella is something that has almost no cons. So, but of course, once again, there is the link below. Read the link, the article about citronella, and it will make the difference for you. Believe me, it will make the difference in your life. Of course, then, when I speak about this composition that I use, the alcohol with the citronella and the tea tree oil, you don't need to use the three. The basic composition of this is the ethyl alcohol, because you will always need an alcoholic solution with the tea tree oil. And once again, and I was saying before about the alcohol solution. Once again, I say the problem of the hand sanitizers, that the pharmaceuticals, and that even the brewers, as you know, the brewers, the beer making factories, they also make hand sanitizer and sell. And you want to know why? They sell the hand sanitizer because the same component they use to wash the cans, the big cans for the beers, to make the beer, is the same component that we use on the hand. So the isopropyl alcohol is the same component, because it's the same component that makes the bleach, you know, it's the same component. And this is the most concerning situation. So once again, we are using, and let me give you this again, we are using things that harms our health in such crazy ways. And mostly this benzalkonium chloride is something that are just killing our immune system in a way that we are not even, most of us are not even noticing this situation. Sorry, we are not even noticing this situation, but this is the problem. Hello Maria, hi Maria, hello. So this is the biggest problem. We are not even noticing how hard, how important is for us to realize about this situation of the hand sanitizers and the cons of the hand sanitizers that these guys use. Now, if I ask you, let's see this in this way. If I give you this situation, if I give you these components for a hand sanitizer, and I come to you and I give you these components on the right, they are going to appear on the right. What would you prefer? What would you prefer? This is my only question. Because the ethyl alcohol, you will always need to have it. But the difference is that the other two ones, once again I say, you don't need to use the citronella if you don't like it. But the truth is that the tea tree oil is a natural oil with almost no harming situation to your health and to your well-being, to your skin, to your immune system. And we see before, I'm just going to leave about this benzalkonium chloride. I'm going to leave you again the text just for you to read. Once again, I spoke before once again about the isopropyl, and now I'm speaking to you again about benzalkonium. I just want you to read this and to think for yourself. And to think for yourself, what would you prefer? Do you prefer to take risks on something that will harm your health heavily, or do you prefer something that is natural, or mostly natural, that have almost no harm to your health unless you don't use it the right way, the proper way? I just make this question. What do you prefer? And my friends, this program, you can see it over and over again as much as you want, and you can take the recipes. Once again, this is my recipe and I leave it here again. This is what I use. That doesn't mean that you will use it the same way that I use. Once again, the alcoholic solution you need to use, but there is one difference. When you spray your hands to clean it, you spray because I use it as a spray. When you spray your hands to clean it, the difference is that most of that will evaporate. But it will only evaporate after you pass all of it in your hands. You spray your hands good and you pass onto your hands, and then will evaporate. And the good thing is you will feel your hands clean instead of feel that gummy thing that the hand sanitizer sold by the pharmaceuticals and the beer brewers and things like, and people like that, of course. I'm not against beer brewers, okay? The beer brewers, they start to make it because they need to make business. But they just done it because of the pharmaceuticals. That's the big thing here. And that's the thing that I'll leave you here to think about and to see what might you consider the best or the worst for you, of course. And so, my friends, with this I reached the end. I want to thank you, everyone that's been here with me in these last 50 minutes. So I want to thank you to Bevinda, to Yolanda, to Maria Harper, to be here with me in these last 50 minutes and for this conversation. I hope, like 15 days ago I spoke about wildfires, today I spoke about hand sanitizers. I hope that this can make the difference even for a few people. I know that so many of you might be thinking like, okay, another crazy guy with an idea that might sound ludicrous and things like that, and I accept it. Good water. And I accepted. I said the idea, another crazy guy trying to sell an idea that many of you might consider it wrong, but believe me, if you read the articles, and this is a must read, because if you read the articles I left below in the description, all of you will understand the whys of me being here talking about this situation. You will understand. I know that everybody's already like, again the hand sanitizers, again the coronavirus, again all that rubbish shit that the news always speak. Oh, and you go to supermarket, you have to use the hand sanitizer and go this, and you have to use this and that. I know it's tiring. It's very, very tiring. But if so many of us, and in this case so many of you, start to understand the reality of the system that we are inside of too, and if you see the solutions, the good solutions that we have, and we start to use those good solutions, we can change a lot. Okay, we can change a lot, and that's the main idea here for today. Okay guys, so once again thank you to be here, and just to remind you that my program is sponsored by Wojtek Juskiewicz social media, my good friend Wojtek Juskiewicz from Poland. That is, he's the one that is sponsoring this program, Politicamente Incorrecto, or if you prefer in English, Politically Incorrect. So, you know, you can also in the description you have his links, so like, to subscribe his links and his programs, because it's also a must-see, or in his own words, as he would say,
just a matter of opinion. Like it, subscribe it.
In his own words, so it's much funnier to listen from him, my good friend Wojtek. So the big hug for Wojtek that is in Poland. So, and with this we finished today's program. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next week. Just before ends, we still have the giveaway going on Just a Matter of Opinion. Don't you forget to check on the giveaway. We are very close to reach the 1,000 followers, so don't forget, if you want to give away, the draft can go anywhere, even in Portugal or outside Portugal, so the draft can go anywhere. So what you have to do is to follow Just a Matter of Opinion, like the post, share, and name for friends so they can participate on it too. And don't you forget, and don't forget, of course, if you want during the week to see our show. So tomorrow we have the quiz night, always Sunday at 9:30 as always. And of course, don't forget to check the rest of the programs during the week. Mondays with me and Ricardo, and Teorias da Conspiração, or Conspiracy Theories, if you prefer in English, because we speak in Portuguese and English. Tuesdays, Caças e Endornios with Paulo. Wednesdays, about that with Yolanda Assunção. Thursdays with about that and very Alway. Sorry, about that and very Alway with Yolanda Assunção. Thursdays, the Sophia's Universe. Fridays, we have the Friday Night Talks, our program of music that Ricardo Carniça speaks with the bands of the underground bands here in Portugal, and not only, but the heavy metal underground. So, I hope you enjoyed today's program, guys from Instagram. I hope you enjoyed. See you soon. Bye bye. And for you, my friends here, I hope you enjoyed today's program, and I hope to see you very, very soon here on Just a Matter of Opinion. And for those follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on nelson.almeida.creation. So everything going good. See you soon. Bye bye.